Friends, welcome back once again. This is part 3 and the final part of episode number 30. In this part, I cover the Bandalike Temple Complex and the Shantinatha Basadi. Bandalike is known for its temple complex which houses 4 ancient temples including Trimurti Narayana and Someshwara Temple, also known as Anekal Somaiya Temple, all scattered over 10 acres of mounds and depressions. Not sure about the name of the other two structures. One of the most beautiful complexes I have visited till now. The complex has lot of tall trees providing ample shelter and the place is very well maintained. Bandalike, pronounced Bandalaki, was also known as Bandhavapura, is a village located in the Shikaripura taluk of Shimoga, around 17 kilometers from Balligave. It was also known as Bandanike and was an important part of Nagarkhand 70 province of Kadamba kings, which was included in Banvasi 12,000 province. Banvasi was the cradle of the early Kadamba rulers, therefore they would have ruled over Bandalike at their time. Bandalike was a well-known center of Jainism and Kalamukha sect. The importance of the place is well established by the lithic records of the Rashtrakutas in the 7th and 8th century AD, Kalyani Chalukyas in the 11th to 12th century AD, Kalchuris, Hoysalas in the 12th centuries, Siunas in the 13th century AD and Vijayanagara in the 15th to 16th century AD. It was a prosperous center in the 7th and 12th centuries during the period of the Kalyani Chalukyas. The temple right at the entrance of the temple complex is the Trimurti Narayana temple, which was built around 1160 AD. The temple is a three-kuta triple cell temple of Kalyani Chalukyan period. Out of the three, the two superstructures are intact while the third one has collapsed. Known for its elegance and symmetry, this temple is east-west orientation, has Shivalinga in the western and southern cells. The northern cell has a sculpture of Vishnu. All the three cells have vestibules with ornamental doorways flanked by niches. The western cell has a well-sculpted Simhalata at its Antarala doorway. The elevation of the temple is austere. The wall is relieved by niches surmounted by turret and slender pilasters. The superstructures over Garbhagrihas are typical Tritala, Virsara, Shikhara featured with square stupi. The temple's inside is used like a store, pipes and other garden equipment. Basavanna or Nandi sits in front of the temple. Close to the temple is this collection of hero stones, a battle scene showing various weapons, swords, spears, bow and arrow and shields are part of these hero stones. Interesting part of this picture is the series of merlons of a fort wall in the bottom right corner. From the Trimurti Narayana, before reaching the last Someshwara temple, there are two mounds on way. One is the Mahanavami Mandapa and another is a mutilated temple. All the temples are facing east. There is perhaps a pond running from the southeast to the southern side of the Trimurti Narayana temple. The second structure, as seen from the Trimurti Narayana temple, looks like to be originally a Trikutachala, was abandoned long before the outer layer of the decorative layer of the sculpted slabs were put in place. Incomplete, yet has a beauty of its own. Looks like the structure recently was restored. The third structure is again an incomplete structure which looked like to be somehow restored. It also looks like a Shiva temple with a strange looking Nandi put, which is surely put after restoration. Not much detail, but a very interesting structure. Compared to the previous temple, this one is a skeleton. The final temple in the temple complex is the Someshwara temple. The temple is not a living temple and there is a reason why it is locked most of the time. According to local belief, there is a huge snake which is a resident of the temple and calmly curls around the lingam. Caretakers have found shed snake epidermis inside the temple. Hence the entry into this temple is not permitted or regulated. The doorway of the temple is very elaborately carved. There are two pillars about 3 inches thick which are comprised of 2 pieces of sculpted stone columns. The entire front beam rests on these pillars and the walls. The door frames are very intricately carved. The lintel comprises of 4 layers. The first layer has the Hoysala emblem in the middle with 2 medallions in the corners and festoons like carving hangings from the layer. The second is a thick layer which also has carvings with 2 inverted cone-like structures on either side. The third layer has figurines of circular emblems and the fourth layer has geometric figurines carved out all around the frame. All of these are separate pieces laid in interlocking fashion, one on top of another without any binding material. The vertical frames also comprises of 5 layers and a rectangular base. The central layer is a thinner pillar entirely carved with figure of Yaksha, doorkeeper, as its base and 2 layers on either side. Each layer has dancing figures at their base and the vertical portions are carved with creepers, circular and diamond shaped images. All these layers are very well placed side by side to form a thick doorway. The center of the lintel is adorned with figures of goddess Gajalakshmi. There are images of one elephant on another side which are decorated with jewels and look very royal. There are two panels that form the front of the wall of fascia of the temple. They are very delicately carved out of stone and the beams are carved inside. The left side is a depiction of Ramayana and the right side is a depiction of the Mahabharata. These need to be read from the bottom to the top. Just a few hundred meters from the temple complex is the Shantinatha Jain Basadi. Datable to the times of Rashtrakuta Krishna Kannaraya Deva, the temple received endowments by one Jakyabbe who was ruling Bandalike in AD 912. The epigraphs dated AD 12,000 and 1203 record the Basadi was built by a merchant named Boppa Shetty. The Shantinatha Basadi in plan has a Garbhagriha and Antarala, a 4-pillared Mukha Mandapa and a 32-pillared Mukha Mandapa, all in north-south orientation. The Mukha Mandapa in its southern wall has Deva Kosthas on either side of the Sukhanasi doorway, which is also provided with perforated Jalandharas. The sanctum is Pancharatha on plan and is bereft of Jaina images. However, a few mutilated sculptures are found inside. In elevation, the temple has an austere Adhisthana in the region of the pillared Mandapa. The Jagati is provided with Kakshasana. There are 3 entrances to the Basadi, north, south and east. The Katanjana or Pakashila balustrade are in contrast to the regular ones which we see at temples. The 32-pillared Mukha Mandapa fluted pillars outside are similar to the pillars of Bankapur's Nagarsavarudi and Havari's Purasiddheshwara temples. Few of the inside pillars have inscriptions and matrices, both rectangular and circular. The Basadi is located on the right side and about 10 inches lower from the road level, and there is every chance of missing it if you don't keep a watch. Historically, this area was ruled by King Krishna II, also known as Kannara Deva, the 7th Rashtrakuta king and son of the great and illustrious king Amogha Varsha I. The local chief was Kalivittarasa was handling the affairs of Banavasi, under which the principality of Nagarkhanda existed. One Nagarjuna was office of Nalgavunda, and upon his death the king handed over the office to his wife Jakyabbe. This Basadi was built by this queen. The Basadi was perhaps destroyed in an attack by one Mukharasa in 1015 CE. The Basadi was reconstructed by local merchant Viz. Boppa Shetty between 1200 to 1203 CE. The sovereignty of this area later went to the Chalukyas, Hoysalas, Yunas and then to the Vijayanagara Empire. So friends, with this I come to the end of the episode number 30 of season 1. I hope you enjoyed this episode too. Till the next episode and another fascinating day through the great temples of Karnataka, do take care of yourselves and bye for now.